Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cafe Ngoma. Today we have an amazing guest by the name of Angie. Let's get to know her together on the conversation. Angie, what's up? I'm so used to doing this, like, and you're not a dude. How should I do it?
It's cool. I'm G though. Like
G?
even pounding it
G
is cool.
thing.
Yeah.
Where does the genius come from, man? Because we're going to talk about where you're coming from.
Yes.
With regard to your fashion and your expertise, and probably you studied in London, right?
Yes, I did.
Tell us that story. Where exactly?
So I studied in Middlesex University. I went there in 2010. I did art and design, then I did fashion communication and styling as my degree. And I actually went on to do a master's in innovation management and entrepreneurship just to get in some business things going on. Yeah, that's why I'm G, man. I'm like, Google me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Tell us about the street culture in London. How's that?
Street culture. Well, there's a lot of street culture.
Yeah.
I don't know about involved. I was actually telling this story to a friend of mine one time. Recently, actually, I think yesterday. There was a time I was in a room with, say, 6 other people, and everybody there had either been shanked or shanked somebody. So like shank, like I'm a shanky brav. It's like a line, I guess, that people use. But shanking is actually like with a knife, knifing somebody. Yeah, so like almost all of them had scars or had shank. Yeah, I was like,
that's crazy.
You know, is it is it the same as here? But I don't know anybody who's been shanked. None of my friends here in Nairobi have been shanked or shanked somebody. Yes. But then I wonder, is it just because I don't know them? Yeah,
probably they'll open up after this, like, yo.
By the way, actually, dude, I have a scar. No, I'm kidding. It's serious though. It's not even a funny thing. It is, but it's. Yeah, I suppose there's a lot of crime, but I wasn't involved. Luckily, I wasn't a victim or anything of the sort.
What about the fashion side of it?
Oh, the fashion side is like super awesome. It's very streetwear, casual, a lot of the times, a lot of black. So there's a lot of things that are very interesting, textures and things like that. Because obviously, if it's all black, there's got to be some kind of variance. But it's very interesting also because there's just a whole lot of cultures mixed together. And I literally had friends from literally anywhere in the world. You could think, man, maybe I should have some Vietnamese food. You'll find a place, a restaurant. You think, oh, maybe should I have some Ethiopian as well? Ethiopian is like my favorite food ever. Yeah. Injera. So injera, you know, there's like a Nyama Choma base, a Kenyan base somewhere. So it was so multicultural. It is still. And I think that was like the biggest beauty of it all. So even the street culture itself was quite mixed, different ideas and ideals and things like that. Fashion was amazing though.
Did you have a brand before going to school? While
like
you were
a
in
fashion
Kenya?
line?
Yeah, a fashion
line.
No,
I didn't, but I did quite a few things. I interned with Liz Ogumbo.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a fashion designer. She's now based in South Africa.
Yeah,
so I was her intern and I took a course in pattern making and fine art before I left. And I think actually I did a little, what do you call it? Like an apprenticeship. With a tailor and a designer. At the time, it didn't maybe seem like also valuable, you know. It was just like, oh, gotta get these skills. That was it. That was my involvement. Oh, actually, I don't know if I'm talking too much.
Tell us, it's cool.
There was this fashion it wasn't a fashion magazine. It was a youth magazine.
Yes.
Miscusi. A youth magazine called Sikika. I don't know if you ever heard about it. Sikika magazine.
No. Local?
Local, yes.
Okay, no, I haven't.
So this is straight out of high school. I heard about this magazine. I'm like, do you guys have fashion pages? What, you don't? Well, you're tripping. So I was there for, I think it was about a year or a year and a half. And, you know, we did publications every quarter and I'd do some styling in there and like I'd get my friends to model and I controlled the fashion pages. It was it was crazy because I did that without any experience other than buying any fashion magazines I see on the street, save up a bit of money. And I loved it though. I loved fashion and that's where I had to kind of go into.
Was the transition to uni a success story or a dream story? Because you know there probably so many people want to go to London or these fashion states, Spain, Milan and stuff like that.
Milan, Paris,
and
New
just
York.
get exposed but you know it's a dream that they haven't been able to get to. What was your story?
Yeah, to be honest, I went knowing that I knew fashion, really, you know. Yeah, I know all about this fashion thing. I'm just going to go and do this course so I can make it official.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But lo and behold, once everything started, I realized I knew so little.
Yeah.
And I realized just how vast the industry is. That I was like, my goodness, there's so much to know, so much to learn.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So much that goes into, there's like an entire ecosystem in the industry that makes the industry run as it's supposed to run, you know.
All right.
And there's a lot of different professions in it, and that was very exciting to see, because then it's like, you know, this is a real industry. It's not just one path. It's not just like fashion design.
Yes. Yeah. How did you find your place, and what's your place? What would you tell us is your place?
Yeah, my place. Yeah. Okay, I would say I'm a fashion communication expert.
Nice.
So basically, I like to help local, like Kenyan fashion brands be seen and be heard, and most importantly be understood by their target audience. Because sometimes, you know, in business, any product you could have the product for a particular audience, but if you're not able to speak to them, or if you don't speak in their language so that they can understand, you could, you know, miss out. It could seem like something that's not for me, or something like this. So, you know, I think it's very important how brands communicate themselves, and where they are, make sure that they're saying the right things to the right people, and also constantly. That comes down to the visual language, the verbal language, if it's spoken like in an interview like this, for example. And basically, so that's what I like to do.
That's what you've been practicing
since
you came back?
Yeah, since I came back.
What are some of the areas that or probably clients, spaces you're in? Are you in TV? Are you just working with brands directly? When they do the activations, you probably advise them on the uniforms and stuff like that. Okay. What's your space here?
So far the space I've been able to kind of cover it is a lot in TV and film, the TV and film industry. I have worked a lot with styling them, you know, some local productions also, but for within Africa and African audience. And with Insignia Productions. Okay. So they do the show on KTN.
The New Beginnings?
New Beginnings, yes. Yeah. And also other films like Stella. If anybody has Mnet or Maisha Magic, you would probably have watched some of the films that I've styled. Nice. And most recently, we shot a TV series, The Wives. Okay. And we had Benjamin Otieno. He's a Kenyan actor in Hollywood. Oh, nice. Had this dream of shooting this thing. He came, shot it. So it was set in a village somewhere, and you know, he's a monogamous man with 6 wives and all. You know, the interactions that go within that. It was very interesting for me because having to style like Ushago women, 6 of them in different ways. It was a bit of I thought it would be a challenge, but you know, obviously you have to like, you know, come through. So for such projects and also TV adverts, fashion shoots, both for my blog, Your London Belle.
Come again?
Your London Belle.
Your London Belle.
Yeah,
why Your London Belle?
Okay, so to be honest, I started the blog when I came back, right? So 2016, January, I was like, blog, let's do this. And I didn't know what to call it. And at the time, all my perspectives, all my filters in life were very much influenced by the 6 years I'd spent in the UK. So I thought, well, that's obviously got to be in there because from probably the way I write, the stories I tell, maybe the way I dress, the way I speak, and just perhaps even the general attitude that I have towards life. So I thought, okay, so London what? Girl, diary, closet. So I thought of many things. But I love languages. I speak French quite well, yes. All right. I'll be a linguist soon. Watch out, Kofi Annan. He speaks like 40 languages, doesn't he?
Seriously?
Yeah. Okay. I'd love to be able to do that. But I have a love for languages, and French especially because I can actually speak at least a bit of it. Okay. So that just came naturally to the end of that, Your London Belle.
So Belle, it's B-E-double-L-E. Okay.
Yeah.
Which means?
beautiful in French.
So you're London beautiful.
Yeah, or
London
like
beauty.
Your London beauty, I suppose. But I never see it that way. I just see it as...
Why don't you see it that way?
I don't know. I never think about it like your London beauty. I just think your London Belle. Okay. But then a lot of my friends like to tease me, your London Belle.
Yeah, like, your London Belle. So
yeah, a lot of people think that as well, to be honest, Belle. But it's Belle, guys, Belle.
Belle. Okay, cool. Let's see some of your work. You brought in a model, and thank you for doing that, by the way.
Yes, I did.
So,
so
go ahead.
Basically, guys, this is Mitch, my model, Guys, this is Mitch.
0724 if you need to hire Mitch.
Yeah, if you need to call him, let me know. Yeah, I'm going to hook you up.
Yeah.
So this is Mitch, my model.
Yeah.
And he's wearing, what he's wearing today is all made in Kenya, the top half.
Including the jacket.
Including, this is the blazer, the cardigan, the shirt inside. So what he came in sort of wearing, this look is quite like a formal look. You could wear it to either dinner, to work, if you have a business meeting. And then we see here when you take it off. Just take it off.
The interior is quite interesting.
Very nice, isn't it? Actually, I'll show you that detail as well, perhaps as he takes it off. So this is by Koki Designs. And this is made in Kenya. Look at that finishing, guys. This is like absolutely brilliant. You've got your inside pockets there. And the thing that you find with work that's made by designers is the quality. The quality most of the time is usually very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Like you can try it on actually.
Cool.
See
Really?
see if it fits, maybe.
Let's do this.
Made in Kenya, guys.
Cool.
This is something I like to promote, Kenyan brands, especially menswear. So that this
interesting that we don't have buttons here.
Yeah. So this is a sample.
Yeah.
I got this sample from, thank you very much, Cockhead. So we can come and do this and I can demonstrate some of the work that is done.
Okay.
Yeah. So ideally,
I actually didn't believe the cardigan is made here. Like,
yeah. This knitwear.
How's that?
Guys, actually. So this is by Kobe Nairobi. Kenyan brand by 2 young boys. And this is a very beautiful, neat, contrasted colors. Nice. And it's actually unisex. Let me straighten that out so you can see it.
Okay.
So you see, first the look was quite formal.
Yeah.
Then now you can wear this on a relaxed day, on a weekend, or if your office is like smart casual kind of vibes, you know, you can easily pair printed African print shirt. Yeah. This is also by Kobe Nairobi with something simple on top, like a jumper. Anybody would do that, right? Yeah. But then here you see you can actually do it with brands made in Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't all have to rush for EPZ, guys, even if they have crazy sales.
Yeah. Actually, funny thing, Angie, as we're just about to wrap up on this note, interestingly, you'd put brands together.
Yes.
Because that's more of your forte, to style and to help people put pieces together for events and, you know, your day-to-day.
Your day-to-day, an interview like this, for example.
Just explain that, man, like, because the transition was really cool. He looked a bit formal, it's cold, but now he looks chilled, laid back, relaxed. You know, I'm going to get a drink.
Yes.
How do you put that together? Tell us more about that.
Okay, the styling side of things. So I'm a fashion stylist.
Yes.
That's one of the things that I do. That's one of the ways as well I communicate brands visually. So that comes with the styling and merchandising. So I like to help people do this. You know, a lot of the times the way you're perceived affects the way you will move on from that point. And also the way you look affects the way you feel in a day.
True.
So I like to help people achieve something comfortable, if it's comfort you're going for, if a musician is performing, for example, I've worked with Beraka Kisia, fantastic singer. She sings a lot with Gilad.
Wow.
And, you know, I've styled her for some of her performances and she'll have different audiences or different events that call for something different. Is it a day thing, an evening thing? So what I do really is to take into consideration what's happening, the space, what's your lifestyle, what's your brand, what are you going for? And then I help to pull that off. Okay. And I don't know, I guess I happen to be blessed, I thank God. I mean, I think creativity is a talent. Not everybody can sing, not everybody can act. So this is what I do. I like to make beautiful visuals. With
how do we find you? What are your pages? What are your... What's your blog?
So my blog is Your London Belle. Belle is BELLE. And your, like for you, yours, yourlondonbelle.wordpress.com. And on Instagram, if you type in Your London Belle, you will find me. And the actual handle is at Siruma, my name, CIRUMA, Siruma_PR girl. PR, the letters. Yeah, so that's where you'll find me. My email address is on there, londonbelle@writeme.com. And you can just send me an email. I work a lot with menswear, actually.
Do you also do women? some degree?
I do women as well.
Okay.
But my main focus is men, both for editorial shoots, if it's for my blog, social media, and I collaborate with artists, photographers and models who are, you know, doing something in the industry, and we produce beautiful images to show everybody.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Angie. Thank you for being with us. Guys, let's keep pushing Kenya. Made in Kenya, from Kenya. Let's talk Kenyan and keep watching.
Absolutely. Let's buy Kenyan, guys.
Okay. It's been The Conversation. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.